So I heard it from Bashar the other day. I agree, and I quote, number one, you exist. Number two, the all is everything, and everything is the all. You are the universe is you. The universe is literally contained inside of yourself. Number three, you get what you put out. Number four, everything changes except for the three things just mentioned. You are so very powerful, so cosmic, so amazing. You are the ultimate creator. What we perceive as being the external world, the external physical world, it's not even out there, because everything is a projection of consciousness. Who are you? Literally, consciousness itself. You are consciousness, I am consciousness, this cable here is consciousness, the camera is consciousness, everything is consciousness, and the universe is consciousness. The all is mind, the universe is mental. You are it, and it is you. I am you, and you are me. We are having an experience of seeming separation, and we choose to come here because we want to experience this. Because when we know eternally that I am you and you are me, after a while it's like, let's play a game where we forget who we are, and we begin to believe that I am me and you are you, and we're not connected at all. Let's see what happens. Let's learn through the contrast and forget who we are so that we can remember how powerful we are. And so this is it's such a beautiful journey, especially when we begin to remember. It's just so amazing. The external world will always catch up to your internal world. Your internal world is the world of cause. Okay, it's the invisible world. The external world is the world of effect. It's the physical world. Your internal world, the invisible world, is the metaphysical world. The metaphysical world is the fundamental world. Why? Because it's the world of consciousness. It's the world of creation. It's the world of cause, right? And because you are literally the universe, you are the world of cause at all times. Your thoughts and your emotions, you are shaping your internal world at all times with your inner state of being. And then the external world will mirror that back to you because it's a projection. And so if you're not living your best life right now, you're not thinking your best thoughts, you're not feeling your best emotions, right? Then your external world will mirror that back to you. And when we don't remember who we are and that we're literally creating everything, we get stuck in a loop. I know I was there in this loop for so long. I'm at the beach right now. I remember coming here 10 years ago when I still had my ESL job, you know, as an instructor, and I hated doing that. Every day, every time that I had to leave the beach and go back home and back to my routine, which I dreaded my routine back then. I would leave the beach feeling so like depressed, and the thoughts I had and the emotions I had, having to go back home and feeling small and feeling like I would have to work to not even be able to pay my bills comfortably. You know what I mean? I remember the feeling and the thoughts and the feelings so vividly. Oh, it's so powerful. Like we're literally creating our whole experience with that, you know? So I would go back home feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so small. Oh my gosh, I'll have to see the people at work again and do that job that I hate, and like the money's not gonna be enough. When am I going to be able to come back here to this paradise? So the thoughts and the emotions, I became all of these things, okay? Because when you identify with all of that, you're thinking you're the thoughts, you're thinking you're the emotions, you are literally becoming that because you are so powerful you can do anything. Literally, when you believe it, when you think you are that, you are that. Because your word is decree, because you are the universe. What you say is true will be true. That's why they say the universe always says yes to you. Why does the universe say yes to you? Because you are the universe. It's not this separate entity that is like approving of all of your choices, whether they be positive or negative ones. It's not this external entity that's approving of all of these things. It's literally you, because you are the universe. And that's what I did for so long. As a kid, growing up, in all of my adult life, up until my awakening a few years back. And so I was creating the whole thing. Today, what I do is different. I know I'm all the power. I exercise this principle on a daily basis when I'm meditating, when I'm going about my life, when I'm filming these videos, which is just such a bliss for me, you know. When I'm in service to you, I'm also in service to me because we are one. And I choose the thoughts that I entertain much better today because I know that the thoughts that I have will result in the emotions that I feel. And that's how I'm creating a very different life today. Now, sometimes I will go through moments where old, mental and emotional patterns will resurface. I shared a little bit of this in the last video that I posted. I was mentioning that I was going to bring one of my dogs back to the beach where my former partner is currently living. And I was feeling blue, and I literally noticed like those patterns coming up. And it's like, wow. I remember you guys vividly, and I remember believing in you so deeply. I thought that I was that. No wonder why I created an experience of scarcity and limitation and not enoughness so proficiently, and it's like, oh, I'm feeling you. And you are welcome here because what you resist persists. We're not here to force anything, whether it be force something to happen or force something away. Forcing means resistance, right? And so I'm feeling those feelings of sadness and like those patterns that were so like typical for me in the past. And I'm like, wow, interesting that you're showing up, because it's interesting to now look at you objectively. What does it mean to look at something objectively? It means that you are not identifying with it. You are not it. So if you look at an emotion, which is energy in motion, objectively, it's like, okay, it's passing through me, but I am not it. It's passing through me, it's not feeling comfortable, but what a blessing that it is that I now get to look at it objectively instead of thinking that I am it, because when we think that we are it, then we are giving all of our energy to that. And then we are manifesting more of that. And so when I began shifting that and looking at these old boring patterns objectively, I was able to maintain a higher vibrational inner state more and more. Because here's the thing, Earth is so dense. The frequency of Earth is very dense. It's very low, right? That's why everything appears solid. It's because the frequency is very low, but everything is moving. Nothing rests. That's the law of vibration. And so the outer world will always catch up with your inner world. But because the frequency here is very low and very dense, it takes a little time for the reflections to change, because everything is very dense and slower here, right? So even though time is an illusion, we experience life in a linear way here, right? And so for these manifestations to take place, it's not as instant as, for example, in other realms where, the density is not present, if that makes sense, right? So what we get to do is we get to ignore the current circumstances as best we can. Why? Because if we're working on our inner state, so that we can see a different reflection in the external world, it might take a little time for that expression to change. And so when we begin shifting internally, but then the external world is still reflecting weird stuff back to us, if we buy into the old reflection, guess what happens? We are contaminating all of the work we're doing internally. And so we begin making progress, but then we see something that hasn't changed yet. And then we're like, oh my gosh, this is not working. Oh my gosh, I am not all the power. Oh my gosh, I have no influence over, the external world. And then we begin resorting back to those old patterns, mental and emotional, that do not serve us. And then we go back to creating exactly what we have created all along. And this also ties in with the principle of quantum entanglement, right? Quantum entanglement is what quantum physics shows us today about how we are literally all connected. Finally, this area of science is catching up to what the mystics and ancient mystery schools have been talking about all along. And that is the principle of connection. You are the universe is you. So two particles that are not connected directly, if one gets stimulated, the other one will respond instantaneously to that stimulation. What does this tell you? How does this help you live a better life? You are all the power. You are the operant power. And so all we get to do is remind ourselves more and more of who we really are. Because the more we are able to maintain a more optimal inner state of being, the more we're able to remain there. The faster your external world will shift. Because here's the thing. We have been conditioned to try stuff out. And if we don't get immediate results, it's like, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, this is boring. And so a lot of times we are applying these metaphysical principles in our lives, but not for long enough. And so you are all the power. Remember, number one, you exist. The mere fact that you are listening to this right now, that you exist, is proof to you that you are all the power and that you are the universe. Because if you were not, sorry, but you wouldn't be here listening to this, okay? You wouldn't exist, and so you wouldn't be you, and you wouldn't be the universe. But you are having the experience of you right now, and you are fundamentally the universe. And so the mere fact that you exist tells you how powerful you are, tells you how worthy you are. And so this is the fundamental truth that we get to buy into more and more and more. And the more you do that, the less you buy into it, because you just know it. You know, like you know, like you know, like you know. Knowing transcends believing and buying into and like hoping and all of that. Today, I know, like I know, like I know, like I know. Even though I'm on my journey and I'm learning every day and I slip up because I'm having the human experience. But today, I don't fall asleep in the game anymore. I don't stop everything and be like, I'm gonna take a nap. You know what I mean? Meaning like, I'm going to play the victim again. I am going to believe that this is happening to me, not for me, right? This is what I mean by falling asleep in the game. It means taking a nap and like forgetting that you are all the power. So I don't fall asleep anymore, but I definitely slip up. And it's okay to slip up. You just, pick yourself up, you stand back up, and you keep going, knowing that you are creating everything, and that every reflection that is unpleasant, that is showing up for you, is literally a projection of consciousness. It's you are, everything is you pushed out. So something weird is presenting itself to me. How am I being that inside? Because that's why I see it. It's a cosmic video game. And so all of these reflections now, even though they feel uncomfortable, they are guides leading me back home. And when I choose to see the negative things that way, I am helping myself remain in an inner state of being that is helpful, that helps me manifest the life of my dreams. You are all the power. You will never not be this. And so if this message resonates with you, I am sure you're going to love the video. I'm going to link up here so you can go ahead and check it out.